Puss and the Pug. Here we see another mother and her babies, this time a cat. Puss is more fortunate than Bunny, who has to make or find a home for her babies herself. But Puss, if she has a good home, is usually given a nice warm basket or box by her mistress, where her kittens can be safe and warm. All the same, Puss is very worried and anxious about her kittens when they first come, and terribly afraid that someone will hurt them. She will lie with them all day, and often even takes them out of their warm bed and hides them in a dark corner. Nell was a beautiful tabby, just like the one in the picture, and she lived in a house where there was also a fat brown pug named Sam. Nell and Sam were quite good friends, and when one day he heard funny little squeals coming from the basket in which Nell slept, he naturally trotted over to see what it was all about. There were 3 of the funniest little furry things he had ever seen in his life, squealing and squirming about. He stood looking at them in amazement. What were they? And how had Nell got them? He seemed to be wondering. He did not notice that Nell kept one paw tightly over them, or the fierce glare in her eyes. He put his nose in to touch them, but Nell spat at him so fiercely that he drew back quickly, and then trotted away, very much offended. In a few days, however, Nell got over her fear, and began to see that poor old Sam was not likely to hurt her precious babies. One day she wanted to go out into the garden, but hesitated for a long time, as she did not like to leave her kittens. At last she mewed to Sam, who was sitting near. Just an ordinary mew, but in some way Sam understood what she wanted. Nell got out of her basket, and Sam got in, sitting very upright, while the 3 wee kittens snuggled up to his fat warm body. And there he sat, till Nell came back, looking all the time as if he were thinking, "It's a great nuisance for a fellow, but I suppose I must help the poor thing." And after that, Sam always took Nell's place when she went out. Cats, if they lose their kittens, will sometimes act as a mother to other animals, such as rabbits, guinea-pigs, and even rats. There is a story told of a cat who became great friends with a mouse. Although she would catch and eat other mice, like cats do, she would let this mouse lie down beside her on the rug, and would purr over her as if she were a kitten. The mouse always came out of a cupboard, and when Puss came into the room, she would give a purring call, and out would run the mouse. At last there came a day when the mouse no longer came at the call, and Puss hunted for it all over the house, and seemed very unhappy for a long time. Cats are often very clever in getting their own way. A story is told of one who lived in a large school, where a bell was always rung for meals. As soon as she heard the bell, Puss used to run for her food. But one day she was shut up in a room, and could not do so. When she was let out, she went to the bell rope and pulled the rope with her paws till the bell rang. She thought that was the best way of telling people she was waiting for her dinner.